Oh, I see the yellow mouthpiece.
His favorite St. Cloud's moment is scoring a touchdown on this
Okay, I think I got it.
Number 1, Reese.
I see the yellow mouthpiece. All right, I got 9. You know what? He looked like 8 when he was bent over.
Number 2, Tariq Hayter. Tariq is escorted by his mother, Chelsea Jameson Hayter, his father, Talmadge Hayter, and his brother, Trayvon. Tariq is committed to Rutgers University next year. His favorite St. John's moment is winning the WCAC championship his sophomore year. Ladies and gentlemen, number 2, Tariq Hayter. Number 8, Meringolo. Meringolo is supported by his mother, Marquita Bowden, his brother, Nakai, and his grandparents, Ron and Tanya Bowden. Meringolo lives in the University of South Florida next year, and his favorite St. John's moment was his first trip with the team last year when we went to Florida, even though we lost. Ladies and gentlemen, number 8, Pietro Bowden. Number 10, Amir Wallace Jones. Amir is escorted by his mother, April Jones, father, Helen Wallace, sisters Anaya and Avery, grandmother Maria, grandfather Mansfield, and a host of aunts and host of cousins. Amir is undecided on playing for next year. His favorite St. John's moment is the young Southern University for his team and returning after suffering a broken hand. Ladies and gentlemen, number 10, Amir Wallace Jones. Number 12, Chase Pansy. Chase is supported by his parents, Maria and David Pansy, brother Hugh, grandmother Louise Edwards, and Nana Tina Truss. Chase is undecided on plans for next year. His favorite St. John's moment is winning back-to-back WCAC championships. Ladies and gentlemen, number 12, Chase Pansy. Number 16, Joe Meringolo. Joe is escorted by his mother, Susan Wise, his father, Jimmy Meringolo, and his sister, Abby. Joe is considered wrestler, Virginia Tech at the University of South Carolina. His favorite St. John's moment is winning 2 WCAC championships. Ladies and gentlemen, number 16, Joe Meringolo. Number 23, Jimmy Egan. Jimmy is escorted by his parents Michelle and TJ Egan. Jimmy will pursue mechanical engineering in college. His favorite St. John's moment is winning back-to-back WCAC championships. Ladies and gentlemen, number 23, Jimmy Egan. Number 26, Carter Hamilton. Carter is escorted by his mother, Peggy Hamilton. Carter will attend Northwestern University next year, and his favorite St. John's moment is winning the 2022 WCAC championship. Carter says it was an amazing experience. Ladies and gentlemen, number 26, Carter Hamilton. Number 32, Ruben Helen Isaski. Ruben is escorted by his mother, Annie Kelly, father, Rick, stepmother, Teresa, brother, Johnny, sister Stella, and grandparents, Mary, Ruben, and Sue. Ruben is considered Notre Dame, UVA, Clemson, University of Chicago, and elsewhere. favorite St. John's North is last year's game winning field goal versus Gonzaga. Ladies and gentlemen, number 32, Ruben Kelly Isasi. Number 35, George Maskell. George is escorted by his mother and father, Lois and Greg. He is undecided on what next year brings, and his favorite St. John's North is traveling with his teammates. Ladies and gentlemen, number 35, George Maskell. Number 36, James Harris. James is escorted by his mother and father, Nora and Alan Harris. James will choose between Stanford, University of Maryland, University of Miami. His favorite St. John's moment is his freshman year against Gonzaga when the Cadets beat the Purple Eagles in the regular season and then again in the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, number 36, James Harris. Number 54, Jackson Gilmore. Jackson is escorted by his parents, Jennifer and Jason Gilmore. Jackson is undecided on plans for next year. His favorite St. John's moment is winning the WCAC championship. Ladies and gentlemen, number 54, Jackson Gilmore. Number 56, Kenneth McManus IV. He is escorted by his dad, Kenneth McManus, mom, Amanda Graham, brother, Makai McManus, grandmothers Denise Graham and Darlene McManus, his grandfather, Vernon Graham. He is committed to the University of Iowa. His favorite St. John's moment is winning championships in 9th and 10th grade. Ladies and gentlemen, number 56, Kenneth McManus IV. Number 65, Bobby Wongo. Bobby is escorted by his mother, Marianne, his father, Nick, his sister, Annie, and his brother, Jojo. Bobby will attend to play football at Holy Cross next year, and his favorite St. John's moment is winning 2 championships. Ladies and gentlemen, number 65, Bobby Wongo. Next, we have our student athletic trainer, Gianni Gillespie. She is escorted by her parents, Rashad and Athena Gillespie. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our student athletic trainer, Gianni Gillespie. Ladies and gentlemen, how about another round of applause for our cadet seniors, the class of 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, there are only 17 days left to order the Citrus Fruit and Red St. John's. The Citrus Farmers are going to as well. So this opportunity to order the freshest citrus fruit and product, as well as other colors used for holidays. To order, please go to our SJC website, and the link to order can be found on the West Corner page. The Beer Collections page, as well as the Red St. John's page. Menus of what is offered are available today at the ticket office here at Perennial Stadium, with the QR code for easier access to place your order. You can have your order drop shipped to any place within the U.S. or sent here to the SJC campus for pickup on Saturday, December 7th, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. All the proceeds from this fundraiser go to benefit the student body at SJC University. So Please use yours for 2 minutes.
What a play after play after play, and there it is.
And she is taking over.
He's got a lot of room to run.
The greatest conference in the country is showing out tonight, gentlemen.
Wow.
Home run. That's number 1 on SportsCenter right there.
Daquan Davidson in the paint, and he puts it in for a 2-point lead.
Your WCAC champions. Thank you for being with us, and welcome to St. John's College High School. It's homecoming on Military Avenue, home of the Cadets, where they play host to the DeMatha Catholic Stags. And yet another great matchup in the WCAC. We're late in the season. Things are starting to take shape. We're happy to bring you WCAC football in late, beautiful October. I'm joined by beautiful Tim Strachan.
Beautiful Tim Strachan.
Why not? Why not?
That's very weird. Look, this is where it gets emotional for me, just personally. You know, the sights, the sounds, the smells, the feel of the crisp fall air. We've been talking about looking right across this field and seeing those leaves changing, and how that was when I was a kid. My brothers have gone to having gone to this school and being here so much as a kid, and then today with St. John's versus DeMatha, where I went, you know, where Kevin went. You know, it just, this is the time of year where it just starts feeling very real and very fun, because we're about to see one heck of a football game.
Well, Kevin's speechless. I mean, here he is. He's looking at the foliage, and he's choked up. I don't think
he's having a moment.
He's having a moment. He's a little emotional. We're gonna let him gather himself.
Collect himself for a little bit.
And then you can get on the air, my friend. I mean, the leaves just do it to him every year. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about some players to watch as we get things started here on the DeMatha sidelines. LeVar Keys, we've been talking about this young man, junior wide receiver. He does a little bit of everything, but he does he's a very key cog in that offense. Josh Parker playing wide receiver, the double wide receiver.
Josh Parker popped out to me in preseason. He is just so big, strong, and lengthy.
You're not going to miss him on the screen, number 17. He is easy to find. And, of course, these two seniors, T.
You know, Jacob Wallace, listen, the brother of Josh Wallace, we know that story. He went to UMass, then transferred to Michigan, won a national championship. Now he's in the NFL. Jacob doing it in his brother's footsteps, in his shadow, but making a name for himself. He's out there making big plays in that defensive backfield for DeMatha. Yeah, he's going to be a huge factor in today's game. And along with him, I asked a couple days ago to Bill McGregor, I said, give me somebody up front I need to keep my eyes on. He said number 9, Mark Beasley Jr. This kid has the size, the power, the strength, the speed to wreak havoc in that defense. And for any opposing offense, he today is going to be really key in trying to keep things contained and get in that backfield for DeMatha. And, of course,
you can't talk about
my
it.
Man.
Coach.
My man, look at him chilling. Bill McGregor, you're the best. I can't. Words don't even do the best to describe what this man means to the school, to the kids, to the former players, to the players that are here now. He is an icon. He is absolutely the best. Got a chance to see him before the game. He's ready to go. He didn't really want to talk to me.
Of course.
He wanted to get down on the field and do it. I was messing up his routine. You don't do that to Coach. He's been doing this for a long time. He wants to keep things the way they always are. And it's great having him there and seeing him where he's supposed to be. Last year, this time, he had that broken leg from that accident in practice. But he's there. He's healthy. He's ready to go.
Let's go over to the hometown sidelines here. The St. John's players to watch. Dejon Talley Rhodes, the sophomore running back. He does not look like a sophomore. He runs like a tank. They're going to need him today, and they're going to need him in a big way. Number 4, Drew Williams, kind of their Swiss Army knife. Although, I tell you, he does a lot of things great. He's not just someone who does a lot of things well. He does a lot of things great. He's big, he's strong, he's athletic. He's going to line up a quarterback for Coach Ward in that offense. But on the defensive side of the ball, we saw him walk out for senior day with his family, D'Angelo Bowden. We're going to be saying his name. We've been saying it ever since he stepped onto campus here, and he's got himself a senior day to look forward to, because him and Tariq Boney, number 44, my understanding is they got here this summer, and Coach Ward went to these guys and said, hey, who do you want to play on homecoming? What game do you want it to be? And Tariq Boney said, DeMatha. And Coach Ward said, well, wait, that's a tough game. That's going to be a big one. And Mr. Boney made sure that his teamates and this whole program understood that is what they're all about.
He ain't scared.
And the man that he said that to, Coach Pat Ward, he's been doing it for a long time himself. There he is, taking pictures with his senior class. Coach Pat Ward, another man in the mold of Coach McGregor. These great men, these great leaders of these programs and mentors to the folks.
Yeah, that picture right there says it all. It means so much to these coaches to be able to have that moment with each senior. They've been there through in most cases, 4 years of huge just life development and seeing them grow, not as football players, but also as people.
Absolutely. And, we have finally I had to make Kevin face away from the foliage because he was so emotional seeing these leaves changing, and now here he is, hopefully gathered and collected, and he can finally, say hello.
I was just walking through the park. I thought I saw everyone in the parking lot. What's going on here,
You were having
fellas?
your nostalgic moment.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. This time of year for the last 40 years of my life, WCAC football.
Yep.
Live action. They just give us the best seat in the house and a microphone. I'm not sure about that, but I'm going to ride it as long as it takes.
As long as they'll let us come.
Yours isn't plugged in, but we let you think.
We can hear you, but we have the music playing when they're out there. I was telling T earlier, when I think about Oregon Avenue in this field, I remember when I couldn't have been more than 8 or 9 years old. McNamara was playing here. My dad had brought us to the game. And we left in the fourth quarter. It was over, and something happened on the kickoff. We saw everyone cheering on the inside. My dad pulls over on the side of Oregon Avenue, makes us jump out of the car and race up here just in time to see McNamara win at the buzzer with all of his high school buddies. So this place, we were all here in this very spot for McNamara DeMatha in 1990, and we've been here for 8 years covering St. John's and all the different matchups here. St. John's has been a gracious host to some of the best moments, not just in WCAC football, but for so many folks around the league for so many years. What a great day. We're stealing one, Kevin, with this weather.
Yeah, and that's all. You also reminded me, I want to say thank you to Dennis Hart and Kevin Haley for allowing us to be here and doing this on a day like this. It's tremendous, and we're very grateful. But, I mean, right now you can just feel it in the air. There's a buzz. There's a buzz all around the area. Like I said, I was walking everywhere. Everyone's been talking about this game, and Denzel and Bud is the word. And I know we saw the players to watch on the screen. We talked about the chunk passing, but these two guys have started they've won 35 games together. 4-year starters, studs. Can the St. John's defense stop that powerful two-man attack?
Well, let's be honest. That's what put DeMatha in the driver's seat, right? The experience they have, the senior leadership that they have. Every other team that they're going to play against in this division have sophomore quarterbacks, young offenses. So right now, that senior leadership is really paying off for this DeMatha squad.
Yeah, and this, we talked about individual players, but when you watch this DeMatha defense, you realize why they're so well thought of by the football community as favorites in this conference this year. Not just the senior leadership, but the speed, athleticism, power, coordination, choreography. That defense is very special. We're very honored, to be able to put units like that every year. There's different groups of guys around the league. This DeMatha defense is special, and the coaches here are going to have their hands full for the St. John's Cadets. I'll turn it over to Curtis for some pregame.
Please give the student athletes positive encouragement and support. Show respect for opposing players, coaches, spectators, and support groups. Please refrain from booing, taunting, or intimidating the officials and opponents. Such behavior is unfriendly and unacceptable. Please respect the integrity and judgment of the game officials. They are doing their very best to promote the student athlete and the game. Be a positive representative of your school community. Thank you very much for your support of the WCAC Sportsmanship Creed.
And don't forget the vote!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and remove your hats for a pregame prayer. Then please remain standing for the presentation of colors and the playing of our national anthem. Let us remember that we are in the holy presence of God. Dear Lord, help me to play my very best during this game. Teach me to treat my fellow team members, coaches, referees, and opponents with respect and dignity. Challenge me to always do what is best for my team, and not necessarily for myself. Enlighten me to the powerful life lessons I will experience during this competition, win or lose. I ask all these things through Christ our Lord. Amen. St. John Baptist, Bell Sal. With Jesus in our hearts. Please direct your attention to the right side of the St. John's sideline for the presentation of the national and school colors. The colors are being presented by the St. John Cadet Corps Color Guard team. Today's team is led by Cadet in charge, Ali Ayu. Cadet Lucas Sarah is carrying the American flag, and Cadet Darren Maloney is carrying first rifle. They're accompanied by Cadet Perry Lightford carrying the St. John's flag, and Cadet Marisa Tejada Flores carrying second rifle. The students of the St. John's Cadet Corps have proudly displayed the nation's colors at events and gatherings for over 100 years. And now to honor America, the playing of our national anthem. Welcome to St. John's College High School football series matchup is between the visiting DeMatha Stags and your St. John's Cadets. Head coach of the Stags is Dylan Ware. The head coach of your Cadets is Pat Moore. Be sure to take your snack box wearing today's game. Our staff at the snack bar is now ready to serve you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are moments away from kickoff.
Warming up every time I see him, whether it's during a game or in warm-ups, he just jumps right off the field at you. We missed him in the beginning of the season. Maybe he can make a little bit of an extra impact for this team. Talk about the seniors as we make our way through the day. It is senior day. It's homecoming here at St. John's. We always want to make sure we talk about the senior. You know, I'll tell you what, number 32, Ruben Isazi, his family came up before the game. He's got family from both Michigan and California that flew in today for his senior day, and we appreciate them. And they came right up to the tent. Hey, we watch you guys every week. Awesome. You know, thank you guys. Thanks for doing the games. You know, so we're live in Michigan and we're live in California, and the Isazi family is well represented here in person today.
There you go, Ruben, Kelly, Isazi. That's awesome. Great family, great people, great kid.
That's right. And we're underway. And a nice little boot there.
I mean, this guy already, he's getting right after it, isn't he?
Unbelievable. He's the kicker. He's the punter.
Alex Amaya. He's
a
weapon.
Self-taught guy, and then he got a little bit of training, and he's been unbelievable all year long.
Well, we talked about him. Go ahead, Kevin, because we talked about him during the Gonzaga game and with the weapon that he is and kind of how he ended up in from Bladensburg.
Yep. Transferred in, didn't have one field goal attempt in his 3 years, and decided I might want to get to a place that has an offense that might need me every now and then.
I want to play, Coach.
Yep, put me in.
And he was a factor in the Gonzaga game, and we'll be saying his name today.
He was a major factor. He pinned them deep, and he was definitely a weapon that day.
Jacob Wallace, number 3 at the bottom of your screen, in coverage for the Stags. First play. Rhodes picking his way over the left side for a nice gain on first down as Day will be asked to tote the rock.
Oh, that's big for St. John's offense today. They need to be good on first down so that they're not left with third and long situations today.
And the success in the run game is of the utmost importance on both sides of the ball today. These are boys playing out here, but they play a man's game, and you're going to see that up close and personal.
Yeah, that St. John's offensive line has been a big improvement year over year, mostly just because they got older and more experienced. And Naeem Woods, again, to Day. And he's going to be just short of a first down. We'll see. They're going to give it to him. Moving the chains on the first drive, that's the good sign for the St. John's Cadets.
And speaking of giving it to Day, Dejan Talley Rhodes was awarded in the last 2 weeks since we've been on air 4 separate scholarships, guys. The University of Maryland jumped in, Washington, Virginia Tech, and Boston College. And, man, we knew it was coming.
What took him so long?
That's what I'm screaming.
1st and 10. Naeem to Reese. And he scoots over the right side. Gain of 1. DeMatha quick to the tackle.
DeMatha defensively just big, strong, fundamental. They do their gaps. It's hard to run the ball against them.
And big Naeem Dominique in the mix right there. You can tell why it's hard to run it against them.
See Mark Beasley here at the bottom of your screen on the edge. We highlighted him before the game. This might be the first passing opportunity.
2nd and 9. Woods to the flat. Drew Williams brought down after a 3-yard gain.
Great closing speed by Wallace. Make the tackle.
If you watched the DeMatha Gonzaga game that we covered, we had a chance to talk about Noah Chambers and Jermaine Minnis, number 6 and number 8 for DeMatha. Those guys tackling machines. Among many on that defense, but those 2 names tend to get said quite a bit.
Virginia Tech and Ohio are getting 2 studs, and they were going to make a million tackles today.
Oh.
That's going to be a false start on St. John's.
Yeah, Nate Hildreth. It's going to make it even more difficult. They don't want to see many of these situations today.
Nice snap. Naeem looking to throw, and it gets knocked down by Darrell Carey. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, they brought the pressure. They had it man-to-man. Good play by Carey. Cut underneath and get that ball down.
Yeah, they take those 2 big defensive tackles out, bring it in, move Justin Booz inside, among others. You don't miss a beat. It's just a different look.
Well, a different look is obvious. These are 2 of the best defenses in the area, and they are going to mix it up. When you have the ability to get a pass rush in there like those 4.
Punts away, it's good. It's getting hung up in the wind.
Yeah, as you can hear in our microphones, it's a bit windy out here, and that one definitely got called out.
It's blowing left to right as you're watching this on your screen, so that's going to be a factor for those who are going against it. Kicking game is going to cause some problems.
That's about a 2-club wind up there, I'd say.
I don't know if we can get a shot of the flag, of the American flag up there on that pole, but you can see it's moving pretty hard.
Number 44.
That's what I was just thinking in my head.
Tariq Pony.
Here he goes.
He's on your left edge.
Watch the bend.
Keep an eye on him.
His bend off the edge. His motor.
Denzel. First snap of the day. He's looking to throw. And that's great coverage.
Wow.
Great coverage.
Eli
Jacques.
That's a freshman out there making a big-time play on first down.
And we had the perfect angle on it. You could see the contact get there right with the ball. It was perfect.
It's arguable. It may have been early, but I'm glad they didn't throw the flag. I think that needs to be consistent on the day. Let these kids play.
There you go.
See that win right there.
A+ camera crew.
Right behind the DeMatha offense.
The throw again on 2nd and 10, and
Tariq
he's under
Boney.
pressure. There's Boney.
Oh, he got out of it. And look at the play by D'Angelo
Bowden. There you go, our 2 players to watch as these guys, the pursuit. And this is what the St. John's defense is going to have to do today.
Talk about making it difficult. It's 3rd and at least 20+ for DeMatha's first 3rd down challenge, and there's not a whole lot in the playbook for this one.
Well, you preach, especially Coach Mike Ward, on calling that defense, preach discipline. You don't want to give up anything cheap here in terms of penalties. Keep everything in front of you.
Surprised DeMatha didn't put it on the ground for the 1st or 2nd down. That's if they can get it going on offense in the running game, they're hard to stop.
Denzel to pass. He's going to move out. He's looking to run. He's got some room. He's looking for the edge, and he'll be brought down. It'll be 4th and about 11 as St. John's brings him down on the sidelines.
Look at the closing speed there. Both these defenses get to the ball so fast, man. They fly.
That's scary, too, because Denzel is used to his size and his speed being able to get pretty much what he wants. But he's going to see some matched speed and size as well on St. John's defense, and he's not going to have an opportunity to bail DeMatha out as much as he has in the past.
We got Alex Amaya on to punt, standing at his own 34 with the wind behind him, kind of. It's moving a little bit from right to left here. And there he goes, and that is just an absolute bomb. It's going to land inside the 5. It'll be a touchback. They'll say you'll net that about 35 yards, but no return. I think Coach McGregor, in his 75 years of earthly wisdom, knows in this game the less chances guys like Reese Williams and some of these other players who'll drop back to return punts, less chances they have, the better for DeMatha.
No, these teams are going to start the ground and pound right about now. T's right. It was a little surprising they threw the ball so much in that first series, but we were about to see a steady dose of number 9 for the Cadets.
Zamir Wallace-Jones with a nice seal block on the outside as the run goes for 9 yards.
That's huge. Again, I mean, you kind of get some momentum. You feel good about things when you start off with a very positive play.
Kenneth McManus driving the line of scrimmage in his favor there. Adrian Hamilton also with a great block at the point of attack.
Mark Beasley blocked by Jones. 2nd and 1. Great spot for the offense. Runs up the middle, and it's going to be ready to sticks.
Looks like he may have gotten it.
And they got it. They're going to give it to him. And as you would expect with a team coached by Pat Ward, this is one of the better starts. A couple drive now. They did have to punt on the first drive, but they're moving the ball on 1st down. They're giving themselves chances on 2nd and 3rd down.
Keep an eye on number 4, Drew Williams in the game for Dejon Talley Rhodes. Drew Williams also a backup quarterback. They can get tricky with these 2 guys in formation right here.
And he gets it, and Drew Williams is over the left side. He's going to have enough for the 1st down and more as he goes out of bounds after picking up about 15 yards.
The Cadet offensive line, so far, so good.
You took the words right from my mouth, Kevin. I mean, the push that they're getting right now, if they can keep that up for an entire game, they could really have some success on the offensive line and moving this football.
6.5 to go here in the first quarter. Drew Williams stays in the game, and he's deep. Amir Wallace-Jones shuffling in. Naeem wants to throw. He's got Jones if he wants him. And he gets him late for a pickup of about 5 yards there as he checked back to the senior on senior day.
And
nice ball fake.
Yeah, it was a nice ball fake. It was a nice patient decision out wide. Get yourself, like T said, positive yards on 1st down are of the utmost importance all day today. 2nd and 4, they love it.
That's huge.
Yep.
Well, 2nd and 4 also lets you kind of have a play to play with, right? I mean, you think putting it on the ground's a smart thing to do, but you can take a shot here because then you're only at 3rd and 4th if it doesn't work out.
Ball sitting at midfield here for St. John's. We have a dead ball whistle. And it's going to be a timeout for DeMatha as they'll look to chit-chat about it. Maybe
Dino Campbell's special. He likes to take that timeout early in the game. And always, as a quarterback, it always frustrated me. But he always does it because I think there's some adjustments he's learned to make on the move. And he didn't see something he liked, and he wanted to bring them together and try and figure things out.
Yeah, if Dino wants a timeout.
That's as a quarterback, that's not okay. But, I mean, as his experience shows, it's important.
Well, every 10 titles you win, you have a free timeout. So he was like 2 or 3 timeouts in his pocket just walking in the stadium.
I don't believe any man on earth has ever had more rings.
No.
Yep. WCAC ones, the important ones.
Little Chuck in the background.
Yes.
Our man Curtis.
Curtis feels like busting loose.
He does. Love talking to Curtis before the game. He did a good job with the seniors today, telling their stories and welcoming their families here. 2nd and 4. Day back in the backfield.
DeMatha's expecting the run, it looks like.
And it's going to be Rhodes. And he's through the first 2 levels, and he drags a tackler for.
There's a flag on the near side.
I saw it come in early. Looks like it might be a
possibly
formation.
a illegal motion, or I think we got a false start here on the receiver.
And the Cadets are moving backwards. All right, it'll be 2nd and 9 here.
I'm telling you right now, I don't know that anyone has had this amount of success running the ball against DeMatha all season so far.
I agree with you. It's a little shocking that they've been able to have that much success, but they also can't afford these types of self-inflicted mistakes. They were in great position.
Yeah, this penalty was thrown early.
Now that sort of free play mentality kind of goes out the window now. Wallace is
defense. Yeah, the DeMatha defense is definitely pressing here. Here comes the run.
St. John says, we don't care how many are in the box. We believe in this offensive line. We believe in number 9, and we're going to ride that bus all day long.
He picks up some of those penalty yards. It'll bring up 3rd and about 6 here. Again with the ball just almost at midfield. Chase Pankey checks in for the Cadets. Kenny Mack. That's not Kenny Mack. You're going to blow. Will Crawford stepping off. Number 1, Reese Williams in the right slot. Keeping your eye on him. Big plays here today. And Amir Wallace-Jones makes the catch on the outside. He's going to be short of the first down.
Yeah, that was a heck of some ground that Wallace picked up defensively.
Jacob Wallace ran with him in motion. Obviously, they're in man right here and made the play. That is effort right there. I mean, he has got to go full tilt to get there. St. John's, I believe they're going to go for it right here.
Yeah, keep the offense on the field. Kenny Mack steps off. 4th and short. Good execution on 3rd down. They got it out to Amir Wallace-Jones, like you guys said. It's just Jacob Wallace making a play.
And Kevin, as a quarterback, this is where you try to change up your cadence a little bit. Go on 2, do something to try to get the defense, get a cheap one on the defense moving.
And it looked like the communication in from the sidelines to Naeem Woods when the play may have been a bit garbled. They're going to take the timeout.
I'm not sure what that means, but I think you're inferring that they needed a timeout.
They needed a timeout.
And you know what? It's a very important part of the game right here. And you got to make sure you got what you want. You got to get something you're comfortable with. You saw Drew Williams checking into the game, and we've seen the action back there with him.
I mean, they've already proven they can run the ball today so far. I would feel pretty comfortable. Just keep doing what you've been doing so far. You can pick up a yard and a half here.
Can you imagine looking at Bobby Luongo and the boys in the huddle and saying, hey, it's 4th and 2 yards. We're going to run it right behind you because we believe in you. The momentum of this conversion here versus the momentum DeMatha's defense gives their offense with the ball at midfield. This is a huge, huge part of this game. Here we go.
Keep an eye on Tristan McCall for DeMatha right there. It's hunkered down in the middle.
And they got the big guys in the middle for DeMatha.
Yep.
Obviously, Naeem Dominique is inside there, but they're ready for something up the middle. Naeem Woods, hard count. Maybe
Almost
trying to
got
pull him. And it looks like maybe a pooch punt scenario for Naeem. And it's a nice hang time. Maybe see if he can't get a good bounce, and he does.
Great bounce.
Going to be out inside the 20-yard line. A good
All right.
execution.
All right.
What do we know?
Flip the field.
Well, what we do know is that these defenses have been dominant. So let's trust our D right now early in this game and not, have to do something. We don't have to force it right now. It's nothing. Let's pin them deep, play some deep.
I have a feeling we're going to have a heavy dose of Bud Coombs.
Here comes Bud.
Coombs.
Yep. This is Bud for you.
I like that. I like that. All right. Coombs looking for his first carry, and we think he's going to get it right there. And there he goes, and he's met at the line of scrimmage for a gain of 1 on the play.
D'Angelo Bowden, what a welcome presence to have back in the huddle for the Cadets. The senior South Florida commit, missing about 5 games, about 6 weeks here, and back from a knee injury, and making his impact known.
Low snap. Denzel scoops it off the ground and goes deep. And
What
it's
a
bobbled.
ball.
It's
What a
great
defensive
coverage.
play.
Great football
Julian
there.
Jones staying with
No, everybody should be standing up
LeVar
and applauding
Keys.
that play.
I agree, T-Bird. Beautiful ball.
I didn't believe Denzel. Did he bobble the snap a little bit
the
as well?
snap was
he
low.
did.
He had to pick it up off the ground, and he gathered himself and put the ball in a good spot for his receiver. If you look at where the shadows are on the field, that ball was directly in the line of the sun for both the receiver and the corner. But Julian Jones played a perfect position, and he was in a good spot, and it's going to be 3rd and 9. Denzel looking to throw. He's got time. Gets it out to the flat, and it'll be brought down
tackle.
short.
That's a big-time play.
Brandon Newman, the receiver, he was open, and he was brought down to be 4th and 5.5 yards here, and the punt team will come on. Alex Amaya.
Tyler Butler-Simpson.
Tyler Butler-Simpson getting it done on defense.
Speed.
6 plays for DeMatha, 5 passes, 1 run. And I think that's played a lot in their lack of success here in the first quarter.
If you're the Cadet faithful, you're excited about this start. Your defense has looked good. If you're DeMatha, you're on the road in a late WCAC game. Your defense has looked good. What else do you want in life?
Well, DeMatha coming off a 35-7 throttling of Council right now is kind of sitting around and said, hey, wait a minute. It hasn't been going like this for us this year. We've been rolling people as they take a penalty.
Penalty. Delay game. That's frustrating for coaches. Bill all the way down at the 20. Not happy.
But he's not. It's the same expression.
I don't know if he's
all right. I don't.
Uh-oh.
No, this is going to be encroachment. It's going to be on the defense. It's going to reverse the delay game penalty. I don't think it'll change the decision at all.
Bill's no less angry.
No. He's
I'm not sure you're allowed to stand at the 20, but it's Bill McGregor. I don't think anybody's going to tell him he can't.
No, he's got a pass. He's got the Bill McGregor pass on. The left foot of Amaya.
Reese Williams is going to have a chance here.
Reese Williams gets past the first guy, and it's DeMatha.
It was a brief chance.
He saw white. All he saw was just white running at him.
And a good job by Amaya, kind of flipping that field back.
Well, that's why they did the pooch punch, right?
Yep.
This in hindsight, very smart move. You still have decent, if not one of your best starting points of the day, if not your best.
Well, tremendous defense and special teams, both sides of the field today. We got to see a little offense here, though.
Cadets starting at the 35-yard line, 65 yards to glory here for Coach Ward and the Cadets. As Naeem Woods hands it off. Rhodes makes a couple guys miss in the backfield, but there was more than a couple guys in the backfield, and he gets tackled by one of them.
Naeem, Dominique.
Yep.
There's one thing I remember about the St. John's DeMatha clashes is that you felt a little different the next day than anyone else that you played against. There's a fact. I mean, it's brutal at the line
My
of scrimmage.
first bruised sternum was on this field right here in front of us.
Your first? How many
Dude,
how many bruised
took a lot.
sternums does one acquire?
Took a lot.
Ooh.
It's a lot of bruised sternums.
I only have one sternum to go. 2nd and 10. Naeem Woods communicating with his back. And then there's the handoff off the left side. And Rose makes something out of nothing. He gets about 3.5 yards that weren't there immediately. It's a good tackle there by Devin Bertrand.
Did you see that cut? Whoa.
Yeah. He got around it.
Oh my God! He's too big for this cut. Whoa! That is some talent there. That's some feet.
3rd and 6.5. We'll call it 3rd and 7.
F-E-E-T and F-E-A-T.
Ooh.
There you go.
When I was close to the heat, I rose to my feet. Naeem to throw. That's a catch. And
Short.
4th down. Yeah, it'll be 4th and about 4 yards here.
Got another decision here. That's
Well,
it's a little tougher.
Yeah, this is
on
a
your
lot
own
tougher.
side of the field. Yes, they are going to
Punt team will
punt,
come out.
but they're winning the field battle so far.
Excellent protection right there. The St. John's offensive line came to play today. But so did that DeMatha secondary because there was no one open there. Naeem had time, but there was just no one open.
I was too enthralled in what's going on up front. I didn't even look in the back. But you're right. He had nowhere to go, but he did deliver a good ball still.
Nolan Stringer. Great punt. Fielded at the 30.
There's just some high-level special teams going on out here. That directional punt, the coverage.
Into the wind.
And I'll tell you what, Sebastian Ruggieri, he's a great, great long snapper, but he was one of the first guys down there, number 63. Excellent effort.
16 seconds to go in the first quarter. And the scoreboard says 0-0, but we've seen some big plays made by players in both jerseys here today already.
If you love defense, you're having an awesome time.
DeMatha is setting up that run off the left side, and Coombs. And he'll pick up about 3 yards here.
Ray Urquia, big number 99.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter. It'll be a short change of field. Scoreless first quarter. Guys, I just wanted to take this opportunity. I feel like you guys will both support this. And I know T always gets worried about this, but
Yeah,
you'll like
I'm a little worried.
it occurred to me at the beginning of the game, I always think about the great people that we get to meet when we go all around the conference from all these places. And there's one person who I've never really had a chance to say thank you to, and I just think she's one of the coolest people in the entire league. Mrs. McGregor is her presence. She comes up. She's always got a hug for people. She's always got positive words. She has so much grace. And how cool has it been for the DeMatha community to have her around for all these years, T?
Yeah, Brenda's been great. She's got her little prayer card she hands out to people before every game. She's such a supporter of Bill, and I know he would say that he couldn't do what he does without that type of support. And she's really ingratiated herself in the community and in the program, and it was really nice to meet with her before the game. I
want to make sure at some point in time.
Bill's whole family, a lot of his family is here.
I saw that before the game. But shout out to you, Miss Brenda. You are special.
Class act.
2nd and 8 as we get the second quarter underway here. We get this offense right here in front of us here at midfield. High snap. And the St. John's defense giving up nothing. Who was that?
Now they can release the dogs.
Was that Jimmy Egan?
Yes, it was.
The senior on senior day.
What a play by the safety off the edge.
St. John's dictating this game right now, offensively and defensively. They can release the dogs on 3rd down now. This is a clear passing down. You just have to make sure you got somebody keeping an eye on number 1.
That's right.
Who's able to make huge plays with his legs if he can't deliver it downfield.
We got a flag. We're going to see.
That was a quick clock if this is delay again.
They're counting players.
Too many players in the huddle.
1, 2,
I like
3,
how
4.
I like he paused. He let the other ref count, but the one guy went off the field, so they were saying there's too many in the huddle.
Too many in the huddle.
Yeah.
You can't have 12 and break a huddle with 12.
Well, you figure you put Josh Parker on the field, and he kind of takes a lot of attention away because he looks like he might just be like the flagpole. He
is quite the player,
like,
man.
wait a second, no, he counts. It's going to be 3rd and 13 here.
Very different than 3rd and 8.
Denzel to throw, squirts up in the pocket, and he'll throw it.
He got it,
and it is going to be a completion
so
at the sticks as he was in the grasp.
How did he get rid of that ball? I have no idea.
Because he is absolutely
man strength.
Strong, just strength, man. Honestly, that's exactly what it was. He's a guy, man.
Good Lord.
Not a lot of quarterbacks in the country can make that play with a guy on their back.
And you get
literally on his back.
Credit
with
for
his
a first
arms,
down on
not
the effort.
Free. What a 3rd down conversion that was.
Under center now. Gardner pitch to the outside. Bud Coombs.
If he kept his feet, that would have been a nice little cut.
Julian Jones having himself a day so far this afternoon. This is a great tackle out there. Forcing him back inside, and you're right, there was a lot of room there if he could have kept his feet, but Julian Jones didn't allow it.
Again. And so far, this Cadet defensive front has kept DeMatha at bay on first down.
DeMatha's averaging half a yard on first down right now.
Denzel, he's flushed out of the pocket to his left. And he'll put his arm out, and he'll be close to another first down and be right at the sticks again.
Yeah, that's where he became very, very dangerous.
And it is a first down.
This is why he's such a great player right here. This is what Marshall is getting, and they can't wait to get him down there. He had his assistant coach and main recruiter and the quarterback coach from Marshall on the sidelines for the council game last week, watching him lead up close and personal, and he had quite a night, and you can see why. The kid's a ball player.
First down. Bud Coombs tripped up in the backfield by who else?
Yeah.
Tariq Boney.
I mean, 3 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks for his good counsel, a sack and 3 tackles for a loss against McNamara. He is a wrecking ball off the edge.
And he's already got a sack and at least 1, maybe 2 tackles for loss here.
And once again, nothing on first down. The Cadet defense playing tough here early. Denzel to throw. He's got him. Josh Parker on the sideline, and he was very well covered by Hakeem Satterwhite.
No, that had a lot of mustard on it from the beginning. Not a lot of room on the sidelines for a fade. You got to put the ball up a little higher, let your guy have a chance.
How about the St. John's secondary stepping up for Tariq Hayer, not on the field? And right now they're playing as good of a game as they've had this season.
On that play, you want to create a little bit of cushion, right, with the sidelines, but the defense does a great job of eliminating that cushion and making it an impossible catch.
High snap, Coombs over the right side, and he'll get tackled again at the line. And is that Boney again who's shot in there? I see the 4, and now I see the other 4, and it was.
Watch him here. Watch him down the line. Sell his body. Oh, he went around the lineman, too.
Whew. And that's a lot of beef to get around. And
I'm not sure that was a called twist. I think he made that decision on his own. That was his best path to the ball. DeMatha going to go for it here on 4th.
4th and 6. Ball sitting at about the 39-yard line.
Little orbit motion.
Denzel to throw over to the left side, and he's met right away. Hakeem Satterwhite again, and he is a fun player to watch. He's got a little bit of a future ahead of him.
And he's giving off some energy right now to his teammates on that sidelines, and this defense just had a huge job to keep them involved. Nothing at home. The longer this game goes, nothing, the more these Cadets believe they can take these guys down. And I'm telling you, right now, they got to have that feeling, especially the way the defense is showing
That
up.
was a film room tackle right there. That was a film room play. That was not they sniffed that out from the beginning. They knew exactly what DeMatha was trying to do, and they had every base covered.
Yeah, watching this secondary come off the field here on the sidelines and dab each other up. They're feeling good about themselves, and they should.
Coach Mike Ward has got them locked in on that side of the ball today.
Naeem Woods by himself. Oh, I'm
That's
sorry, that's Drew Williams. Direct snap right up the middle of the field, and he picks up 11 yards.
You add an extra blocker when you got Drew in there.
And Drew, 6'2", 200 pounds, one of the fastest guys in the league. That's the type of guy you want running this play.
You got to be happy with the St.
Look
John's
at those
game
guys.
plan.
A.J. Southern, Bobby Luongo, Big William Crawford, number 50, the freshman.
Yeah, he does not look like a freshman.
In fact, I think the game plans, in my mind, have been switched by these teams. I thought it was going to be going the other way. St. John's doing a great job up front.
Yeah, Jordan Harrison as well, man. This is
yeah, Kenny Mack platooning in there as well on both sides of the trench.
Then we got to say Adrian Hamilton. Let's finish it up,
let's
man.
do
Let's
it
get
all.
all the big boys in there.
There's the handoff. It's a middle run, and Rhodes with a good gainer. And there's kind of the opposite story here for St. John's. They've been very successful on first down, giving themselves great situations late in the series.
And Pat Ward, who's tremendously stoic on the sidelines, gives a nice little pump fist here when he sees his big boys right there getting it done at the line of scrimmage. He's starting to feel it a little bit.
Yeah, they're working the clock. They're moving the ball on the ground, and there's a very, very good energy from this Cadet sideline today. Handoff again. Rhodes tries to bounce it out, and it'll be he'll get credit for a yard gained, and he fought hard for that yard. It'll be 3rd and 2.
He does fight hard when he runs that ball. 150 yards rushing versus the Good Counsel Falcons. 88 last week against Bishop McNamara in this new role where he is the feature back. And you can tell he just gets stronger and stronger as the game goes on. He's one of those guys.
I didn't see who took the timeout.
I didn't either.
But there is a timeout. It was the Stags that took it.
Okay.
They have one left in the first half.
Yeah, to your point, Kevin, about the Cadets staying alive in a 0-0 game against the big boys in the conference at the moment. You know, it's not just letting teams hang around, but the St. John's Cadets are also working the clock.
No, they are. And without Brayon Williams on the field as well,
Yes.
and missing Tariq Hayer, these guys are starting to come together a little bit. The next man up mentality, these guys are figuring it out. And how about this offensive line? We can keep talking about it, but no one has done this to this DeMatha defense. Not all year at the line of scrimmage. And St. John's is showing how physical they are, and that is the heart and soul of their offense. Coach Ward is an offensive line guy. This is what he bases everything on, and he wants to go out there and set the tone in the run game. So far, so good for the Cadets.
Look, as complicated as football may seem now than it was years ago, it really is still the same game. If you can control the line of scrimmage, you can win any football game. Pat's no dummy to that.
3rd and short.
Now Pat takes a timeout.
I love it. Little gamesmanship. And they had brought in, looked like they were running with maybe a slightly more slender defensive line there. Coach Dino's got a couple different looks there on the defensive line. And like I said before, they might look a little different, but they're all pretty darn effective.
Well, you can see how these coaching staffs are operating right now. No one wants to give up that first big play, that first touchdown. They're out there guarding against a mistake. 2 timeouts used on either side with 6 minutes to go.
And the run is right. I saw a referee put 1 foot on the sticks, but then step back. It's going to be 4th and 1, and we got some extracurriculars after the play. No flag. And it'll be 4th and 1.
It might have been Jermaine Minnis at the point of attack.
I tell you, every gap was accounted for on that replay. There was nowhere to run.
And it was Jermaine Minnis. A little bit of a brick wall at the end of that play.
Naeem Woods has been running the ball more than he has all season in the last 2 weeks. Let's keep an eye on the sophomore quarterback right now.
We're going with Williams again under center.
Oh, there he is.
All right, so
something happened.
What just happened?
I'm not sure, but I think they might have called that. The referee, the back judge was trying to get them to pump the clock. You see that's who he's talking to.
To reset, yeah.
The play clock was down at 2 or 3, and they didn't want St. John's to feel rushed. because of the play clock was showing nothing.
Okay.
So I think that's what they did there.
Keeping control of the game.
Yep, there you go. Pump the clock. And now we're back on track.
Excellent analysis.
Either that or he's raising the roof. I don't know.
I was calling for Naeem Woods to run the ball. He was on the sidelines. that tends to make it a little more difficult.
It was Drew Williams under center. We haven't seen him under center. It's obviously going to be a Ricca special. QB sneak.
Once again, Drew under center. And he gets
what an
it.
effort.
What an effort by Drew Williams.
Well, it's going to be there. I don't know. Okay, we're going to see if they call it or not.
They may. Oh, she's saying go.
They're
saying
giving him
go. I'd say if I were McGregor, I'd say check it. But
and he is looking down the line. I can see Coach on the other side. I think when the ball's been close, the referees have been giving the offense the benefit of the doubt, and why not? You got Denzel and Bud on one side. You got.
He definitely got it.
I think he did too, and it's right on our line of sight. So I think it's a good spot. We hope this offensive lineman.
What a great feel for that play by Drew Williams. Some guys just put their head down and just he found the soft spot of the defense right there and followed the O-lineman to the clear spot, extending the ball, getting the first down. That's a very impactful moment for the Cadets offense.
Bad time for a jet to go right by. The wind is picking up even more.
.520. This game is flying by right now.
Mostly to the St. John's Cadets linemen, due to them keeping the ball on the ground, keep the clock running. We got one of the big boys down.
Yeah, we can't see who it is.
And it looked like an ankle, and they're going to help him to his feet here. We'll see if that's what it was.
Bobby Luongo, the senior on senior day. Ah, man.
Doesn't look like he's putting much pressure on it
No,
right now.
this is it's a big loss. Bobby Luongo, great kid, senior, captain, heading to Holy Cross. You know, he's able to put a little weight on it, but that doesn't look like we're going to see much of him for the rest of the afternoon, and that's no good. His father, good friend of all of ours, was my center here at St. John's as well.
Had a nice little chat with Nick before the game.
Yeah, he's standing here hoping Bobby's all right now. Man.
And that play, that's we see it at high school, college, and the pros. Short yardage, quarterback under center, pushing up the middle of the field, puts a ton of pressure on that center. That's a big play for the center, and I mean, we just hope he's okay.
They put Mack at center and bring in Southard on the right tackle.
Woods looking to throw. He's
got
going
his step.
deep. He's got Reese Williams down the field. That's going to be a touchdown. No flags. The Cadets on the board first here on Military Road.
Reese Williams got a great release and had a step on the DB right from the beginning.
Wait, is there a flag?
I think there's a flag.
I didn't see it. They're going to call it on St. John's. I did not see the flag. I apologize.
Coach is looking at Southard as if maybe he was the culprit. What a great play, though, that is going to come back. The release by Reese.
Yeah, he found himself open in that secondary. He's got nothing but speed, and he was so excited to get out there, and that's a dagger for the Cadets. Looks like a holding call. Actually, it was on the near sidelines. It might have been a formation.
They're calling a formation.
Yes,
yeah.
He's got A.J. Southern lined up too far deep in the backfield. That's a tough call, man.
They're calling that a lot this year. They're calling it at all levels.
Oh, man, is that a tough one. Oh, I was about to just say how well the refereeing has been. I haven't said anything. I wouldn't want to jinx it, but they got him lined up a half a yard too deep in the backfield.
Run up the middle. No gain. It'll be second and long. I guess it's better than a pad malfunction.
It's just, you lose one of your starting 5-0 linemen in a game that they've been having a great day. You got to shuffle someone in there, and you get a formational penalty on a deep ball for 6. That's a tough one to stomach.
A heck of a tackle there by Jordan Stevens for DeMatha.
Reese Williams to the outside. He's going to get the ball. Bring it down. He's going to get good yardage on second down. It'll bring up about 3rd and 6 or 7.
Might seem like a nothing throw there, but watch the touch, how he puts it perfectly where it's supposed to be. Naeem Woods is feeling good today. He looks confident in the pocket. That's a beautiful ball. You throw that behind the guy, it costs you 5 yards. You put it right where he has to. I like the body language and how Naeem looks today. He's playing with some confidence, and he's always been able to spin it.
And you get the sense it is 3rd and 6, but you probably don't need all 6 right away, because if you don't get it, you just want to be in 4th and short. And there's the keeper for Naeem, and he gets up, and he's going to have a first down.
May have been bobbled that ball at the end, but was able to keep it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Effort.
The last 2 weeks, he's had 5 or 6 rushes, and they pick their spots. And right here, looks like a design quarterback draw. Great job up front, and you got to break one tackle to make that first down. The young sophomore's feeling it today.
And he'll step off the field in favor of Drew Williams, as Coach Ward is really working Drew into the offense here in the first half.
The St. John's game plan has been executed to a T so far this afternoon. Everything that Coach Ward's been waiting for, besides that formational penalty, everything else has been clicking. These cadets, they understand the game plan, and they're executing it.
Drew Williams picking his way up the middle of the field.
The push by St. John's is just incredible. They've been getting it almost every single time.
Watch Day-Day here. Middle. Watch the blocking. Watch how these guys are executing up front.
That push forward right there. See that?
Number 9, Day-Day with the decleater. I don't want to get hit by him either, but that was vicious.
Devin Bertrand, first man to touch.
Watch the running back here. And Day-Day, and I told you, you feel this game. You feel it for years later sometimes, right? Bruce Sternum guy?
How many Sternums?
Still hurts a little bit.
Amir Wallace-Jones in motion. He's an excellent blocker. Now he'll set up on the left side. He's going to come around, and he'll get the ball and one-handed catch.
Oh, man.
For just a little bit of a loss.
All right, I got one hand on you. What a snag.
Darrell Carey on the stop. That'll bring up 3rd and 5, maybe 3rd and 4.
Darrell Carey making that from a safety position.
As that clock continues to move.
Right.
Keeping the 2 4-year starters in DeMatha's backfield on the sidelines is always a good thing for a team playing DeMatha.
For Coombs to have less than 10 yards at this point, that's a huge storyline in the first half.
And you get under 2 minutes in the half, and you remember DeMatha gets the ball first in the second half, so working this clock is a big deal for the Cadets. As Reese Williams is open, and he stutter steps to get the first. That stutter step got him the first as Jacob Wallace brings him down.
What a great play by Jacob Wallace.
Yes.
What a great play by Jacob Wallace. Not many people are getting him down in open space. Jacob Wallace is a big-time defensive back.
He did not get out of bounds, though. I thought that was a great effort to try to get out of bounds, but the clock is running.
Oh, I don't think he wants to get out of bounds here, T. You want to score with as little time left as possible because you don't want DeMatha to get the double dip at the end of the first and the beginning of the second.
I believe one timeout left, correct? Both ways, both sides?
Yes.
Yep. Rhodes over the left side. He's on the loose, and he's going to get into the end zone, and I'll say it again. No flags, don't see him. Touchdown, St. John's Cadets, as Day-Day puts the ball in the end zone for the Cadets. Him and Reese Williams celebrating on the sidelines.
It's almost as if St. John's says, we are going to make this as simple for the players as possible in terms of the scheme.
Yeah.
And they have repped it, and they have repped it, and they have executed it so well today.
How
and
well
now find
blocked.
themselves about to be up 7-0.
That's one of the best drives of the season for the St. John's Cadets.
Undoubtedly. The St. John's Cadets have had plenty of great drives derailed by a holding penalty or a formation penalty. We saw a touchdown get called back on this drive. They recovered and put the ball in the end zone the way they wanted to begin with.
And when this St. John's defense that's been setting the tone the last few weeks, the offense is now matching that intensity. The defense gives up 118 yards and 40 plays to get counsel, aside from the other two for 140 to Demarion Folks, who's special. Less than 40 yards they gave up last week against McNamara. And now today in the first half, I can't imagine that DeMatha has more than 40 yards of offense.
Not one star for DeMatha's offense has been able to break out and have one of their signature plays. St. John's doing a great job of keeping them at bay.
And look at this sophomore running back. He is so impressive. Dejan Talley Rhodes. Running behind that well-oiled machine of an offensive line that showed up today.
Yeah, A.J. Southard in there doing some work. All those guys. We're just going to keep saying their names. And the thing about it is when they come over to the sidelines and you see the offensive lineman and Rhodes doesn't look that much smaller than those offensive linemen.
No, he's a man. He's a man. That's why you got 4 Power 4 scholarship offers in the last 14 days.
Stringer was good for the extra point. Kickoff fielded at the 4. LeVar Keys puts a move.
Play, yeah.
And they'll take over just on the other side of the 20 as a good special teams tackle there. Otherwise, LeVar could have been running.
Tyler Butler-Simpson, I believe. Great open field tackle. Other than that, LeVar keeps going. He's shown it.
Yeah, well, Tyler Butler-Simpson with offers from Tennessee, Ole Miss, and many, many more. LeVar Keys heading to Penn State. Not so soon after next year. He's only a junior. But, yes, that's 2 special athletes in open space. That's why we love having these seats.
Denzel wants a chunk, and he gets it. And that ball be caught at the sticks and brought down.
They're going to stop and move the sticks. They're going to stop it for a second for the sticks to move.
You get to see arm strength right here. Watch him flick this thing like it was nothing. Just boom, tight spiral. You just see that thing get out so quickly.
Denzel in the pocket. He's going to be sacked. Ball's loose. It's going to be picked up by the Cadets with the flag on the ground.
He was holding it like a loaf of bread. But, it could be holding.
I think we're going to see holding on DeMatha.
Oh, yeah, right there. You got a clear shot of it. Our camera guys are just spectacular. D'Angelo Bowden was getting his jersey torn off, and whoa, 24 seconds on the clock, timeout left.
What's your first play, Kev?
And now we got a flag on the side of the
Run
field.
to the end zone.
By the way, this is going to be a bad flag. I don't think anyone's going to like what they're about to see. Maybe they'll call it a warning, a sideline warning, hopefully, because that's the motion he made to the referee. The flag is on the ground.
Yep, sideline warning.
Okay, there you go. It's just going to be a warning.
You've been warned.
You've been warned. Because 15 yards the wrong way at this moment would be kind of gut-wrenching. 29-yard line, 24 seconds, 1 timeout.
This is an end zone shot here.
Sudden change, it should be.
He goes over top, and that's a dangerous ball. As Naeem is on the ground, and he's not. He's looking
he took
a
little
little bit.
Right as he threw it.
He's going to be okay.
He's tough.
Clock stops. 18 seconds to go. The good news for Nolan Stringer, if they need him in this scenario, is the wind couldn't be more directly at his back.
Wow! He just took the crown of the helmet to the chest after he released the ball.
Sternum.
That's a bruised sternum.
I think he's got a bruised sternum.
Yeah, but that should have been 15, and St. John's ball halfway to the goal line. That's a missed call there. That's a brutal one against a starting quarterback. That's typically called.
Rhodes, and he fights his way forward inside the 25. They'll burn the last timeout here.
Your quarterback's shaken up. He just took a major hit. It's second down. You really want to throw that ball.
He's going to take it down to 2 or 3.
But you can't just ask him to step up in that pocket right away. He couldn't catch his breath. I think it's very smart giving it to number 9 there and bringing out Nolan Stringer and trying to get 3 extra points off that turnover.
That would be huge for St. John's to take a 10-0 lead into the halftime.
And we're looking up at that flag. And
DeMatha gets the ball on the way out, and I think we're going to see a different DeMatha team. If I know anything about a Bill McGregor coach team, you're going to see a totally different team the second half.
St. John's does burn its last timeout with 1 second to go. They will have essentially an untimed down, as this will be the last play.
It's got 1 second.
Now, when you want to guard against, obviously, St. John's hoping for the great result of a made field goal. Definitely do not want to let these DeMatha front line guys get their hands on the ball on this play. We have seen that before. Ball being held at the 31-yard line will be a 41-yard attempt for Nolan Stringer. No stranger to big kicks for the Cadet faithful.
DeMatha been close to blocking them, too.
Bad snap. That ball's on the ground. And they're going to bring the half to an end.
They'd been close on a couple on the extra point for sure.
Well, the snap was up, and I tell you what, Ruben
Isasi
did everything he could.
It was a great effort by Ruben Kelly.
I think it was number 11. James is at pace.
Isasi was able to get it down. There's so many people back there at that point in time. There's not a whole lot anyone can do. They saved themselves from the worst possible outcome, but that'll do it for the first half. The St. John's Cadets up 7-0. We'll come back for a second half of action. DeMatha will get the ball first. We'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you for being back with us for a second half of action here on Military Road. I think I might have said Military Avenues earlier.
Is it technically military? Because we're on Oregon.
We're on Oregon. We like to say Military Road. St. John's Cadets, DeMatha Stags, second half of action. And guys, a lot of times a team as good as DeMatha finds itself down 7-0 at halftime, and you can point to something fluky, a special teams play, a fumble that didn't go your way. But in this first half, the St. John's offensive line has been the reason for the score. Nothing fluky at all. They have absolutely showed up in a manly way this first half.
I looked at you two when we went off air, and I said, I'm shocked. I am not shocked at the way that St. John's is playing as well as they're playing. I'm shocked at the way that the DeMatha offense just has not been able to get anything going, no rhythm whatsoever, and probably, you're right, have about 50 yards total in the first half. Again, I know a Bill McGregor coach team. I can see it right now. Powers, off tackles, up the middle. It's going to be a heavy, heavy dose of running, try and get some momentum and get a little bit of control of this football game back in their hands if they can.
I'll be honest, guys, it's October, and nothing in this league shocks me. And I've seen this defense compete at a high level all year long. We know Tariq Boney, number 44, the motor he has. Getting D'Angelo Bowden back on the other side is a two-man tandem on that edge. The game plan Coach Pat Ward has come up with has been executed perfectly to a T. I think it's arguably the best half of football the Cadets have played all season. An extremely young roster, and every now and then you keep drilling things, and eventually it starts to click a little bit, and I think St. John's is starting to see some of this unfold right in front of them today. And you know this, right now they are believing. They need to come out here and get a stop right away to keep that momentum, but right now they believe they can win. They don't care. Everyone said they're crazy for having DeMatha here for homecoming. I might have agreed with them, but guess what? I'm not in that locker room. I'm not wearing that number 44 jersey. It's a different feeling on the St. John's Cadets sidelines right now.
Loving watching on the student section here on homecoming. Everyone getting ready for a big night. A shout out to all the faculty and administration here. We thanked them before. The Dennis Harts, the Kevin Haleys, the Ashley Gingriches, and then a reminder that they're here all day for football. They're here all day having us here. Principal Chris Demistis, and guess what? Then they're here all night, chaperoning, for these kids, events well into the evening. So to all you teachers out there during homecoming season, we know those days are not short, and they're extra days, right? Because they're on the weekend. So thank you from a high school parent. We appreciate you guys. The other thing about coming back out, the Math will get the ball first. We saw them huddled up in the far side over there on Gibbs Field in right field. You got to believe they're coming out here with something special here planned up. T, you said it. Coach McGregor and Coach Cook, they go into the huddle, and they're going to cook something up here for the Ward brothers. It's Jacob Wallace over the 25.
Oh.
And he bounces off the first tackler, and he finds the outside, and he's got his step. And he'll be brought down just before the 50 as DeMatha makes a big special teams play to open things up here in the second half.
Major collision, no wrap, and then he bounces it off, and you see what type of athlete this kid is.
He stops in his track, and then he just reverses direction, picks up another, 25?
Shout out to Mr. Wallace. Stopped by the booth before the game, spoke to him. We've met him before. Good friends of Darren McClinton. Darren, of course, training up both of the Wallace brothers. Josh plays for the Los Angeles Rams. And you can find Jacob Wallace on Saturdays here for DeMatha for the time being. Denzel Gardner getting ready to go on 1st and 10 here from his side of the 50. Coombs once again running into that defensive line for St. John's.
Did you tell Mr. Wallace to say to McVeigh, your man crush, hello?
No, hey, come on.
Sure?
I got a direct line to Sean.
Yeah, right.
Will Polk.
Got a guy down here.
Will Polk, he was messed up in that collision on the line. 2nd and 9, by the way, has been the most common down for the Stags offense. Common down in distance. You can see him at the bottom of the pile. It's been a rough spot to be today in the middle of the trenches here during this game.
St. John's is coming in limping and has taken a few more brutal injuries to starters today. It's so unfortunate.
I was able to talk to Nick Luongo. Says his son is going to give it a go here in the second half.
Yeah, I can see him on the sideline right now. He's changing shoes. He's getting taped up. Will Polk able to make his way to the sidelines under his own power. That's good. Matt Smith there. taking good care of him. Gardner with the keeper, go around the right side, and he's got room. He tries the edge, and he's got more room. Down the sidelines, he's got one man to beat. And he'll get run out of bounds at the 10-yard line with a flag late, as it's in the neighborhood likely of a late hit. And that'll move the Stags offense.
Watch the edge here. They were able to capture the edge. No.
Oh, that's a previous play, yeah.
Play.
There's Winston.
Yep, smart play. You got two great runners of the ball in the backfield between Coombs and Gardner. Little read option, good read. Does the rest physically, just getting to the sidelines, getting downhill.
Well, you see how fast he is, and he runs like a tailback.
First and goal for the Stags at the 5-yard line. High snap. Coombs picking his way forward, and he'll pick up about a yard. It'll be second and goal.
Big Ian Ellis and Ray Arkia checking into the game. A little beef for the Cadets defensive line. DeMatha fans calling for the St. John's sidelines to disassemble the tent. It's causing a little...
High snap again. Coombs up the middle, and he's going to get in. I believe that's a touchdown. Yep, there's the signal. And on the first drive of the second half, the Stags offense with a big chunk on the ground from Denzel Gardner, the quarterback.
Honestly, I think they just doubled their yardage on the day in the first series, mostly done by the legs of Denzel Gardner on that one play. That's how hard it's been for DeMatha today. But we knew they were going to come out slugging.
You're not going to keep Bud Coombs out of the end zone very often from inside the 5 as he picked his way through there. Alex Amaya for the extra point, the lefty. And that ball is good, and it is into the woods. And just like that, after a whole entire first half with only one touchdown scored at the end, we're a minute in to the second half, and we got 7 points on the board.
Now, excellent answer there by the senior, Denzel Gardner, putting the team on his back. That's why you don't panic at halftime when you got a guy like Denzel at the helm. And he went out there and made that play. St. John's, Naeem Woods is going to have to come back with this offense and answer the same way. We got ourselves a ball game here, fellas.
Heavyweight bout.
Chase Pankey and Reese Williams.
I mean, old school, like toe on the line type football here.
Yeah. Let's see if Amaya lets him return this ball. Wind still coming at him a little bit, so he's fighting the wind, but he's got the kind of leg that can get it to the uprights from here. And that ball will sail into the end zone just short of the field goal post.
Against the wind.
Against the wind. Cadets take over 1st and 10. And they'll look to pick up right where they left off, which is big chunks on the ground on first down.
It is, yes. Dejon Talley Rhodes. They're going to ride him the rest of this half.
And Luongo's not going to go yet.
Yeah, he's still getting iced up.
Keep an eye on that. See if this offensive line can keep that line of scrimmage moving forward.
Rhodes tries outside, and he only gets about 1 yard there. DeMatha does a good job bottling up that first down run.
Yeah, you guess right on the run blitz, and you run right into the teeth of it, and that's the result there, especially against a defense like this. Look at that. Just
Jermaine Minnis just jumping in. A lot of Saturday players and certainly some Sunday players out on the field right this very second. Hand off again. Run up the middle and a little bouncing it around will bring up 3rd and short.
He was trying to corral that thing while he was taking hits. I mean, that ball was jumping around.
That was Minnis again, I believe. Watch him come from the right side here. Boom.
These are just bruising shots.
No, this is the real deal. This line of scrimmage is a real deal. The freshman replacing Bobby Luongo, William Crawford.
Day Rhodes split out wide on the short side of the field. We've got a flag here.
Delay a game.
Yeah, they'll get him for delay a game. And that's a tough one. Turns 3rd and 4 into 3rd and 9.
DeMatha go man-to-man and release the Hounds here?
No, I think they play coverage here, deep in their own area. You don't want to give up a big play on 3rd and long either. And I think you've seen Reese Williams get loose once in you already today.
Yep, they do seem to be lined up in a zone.
Rhodes again looking for the quick one. Ball's out, and he's hit immediately. As the ball may have gotten loose. I haven't seen the signal from the referee yet to indicate that it's a turnover.
Let's see it here. See if this ball gets dropped. Great play by Wallace.
Wallace feels like he stripped it on the way down. Just a
Did
matter
he strip it before anything hit the ground?
We get the benefit of a replay that the refs don't. Now, there's no way in the world you're going to get that call. As the Cadets will bring in the punt team.
Again, Wallace. Huge play by a huge player.
LeVar Keys. And that's a punt that's going to move LeVar Keys around, and he's going to have to let that bounce. Good punt.
Very good punt. Anytime LeVar Keys can't return the punt, it's a very good punt.
And Nolan Stringer putting it in a good spot here. And that DeMatha offense right back on the field.
I think we all have eyes here. I think they might have found a little something with letting Denzel get a little bit loose in the run game. He's a very hard guy to defend. In fact, impossible.
Yeah, the luxury of having him as a runner, you can have a defense really zone in on Coombs and eliminate his ability, but you can't do it to both.
Quick throw, and that's just an immediate slant in. And Satterwhite makes a touchdown-saving tackle.
He really did. I thought he was gone when he caught that thing.
I did too, yeah. Heck of a play, good read, good ball fake.
I mean, that quick release right there, that's what I'm talking about. He beat you so many different ways.
What a play.
Is that LeVar Keys on the catch?
Boom.
Just quick and on the money.
Satterwhite, the strength in the hands to keep him from pulling away.
Timeout on the field. I don't know who called this one. It could have been St. John's defense.
This is the explosion DeMatha's capable of. How they were able to not get any of it in the first half. Hats off to St. John's for doing a great job of eliminating that. But it's a long game. Now 2 huge explosive plays in the second half for DeMatha. Putting them on track. Put some more points on the board.
Yeah, zone read keep and an RPO. You're putting the ball in the best player's hands, letting him do what he does best. He's done this for 4 years. Like this is not surprising to anybody.
You talk about him getting loose on the ground. I mean, he's only given up about 15, 20 pounds to Day, and he's a 6'2", 200-plus pound quarterback. Yeah, you're right. Marshall's pretty excited.
Well, if you ever hear him in an interview, you understand why. He's a tremendous young man. He's incredibly smart. He was just giving credit to all of his teammates. He says all the right things.
Yeah, we saw him get honored by the rivalry organization, the rivalry
as the
series
smartest guy on the field.
Yeah, as the smartest guy on the field.
Never got that one. I never got that one.
Well,
that
to be
award.
fair, T was on the field some of those days.
T didn't get it either.
I didn't get it.
Gardner to throw. And he puts it up deep. He's got a man wide open.
Somebody
and that
fell
is about
down.
as easy as it gets.
Satterwhite fell down.
Yeah, the defender fell. And I believe that was LeVar Keys on the – no. Is that
was
Perry?
LeVar,
yeah.
Oh, it was LeVar Keys.
That was LeVar Keys.
2 quick scores here in the third quarter for the Stags.
Keep
Now
your
they're
eye.
on top.
That's an incredible route. That's an incredible
that's
route.
In basketball, they call that ankles.
He looked inside. And he was gone. That was like a Terry McLaurin head fake to the middle. And now we got a flag down. Multiple flags down.
3 explosive plays later. An ability to finish drives. Now DeMatha is up in the 150s, 160s in terms of yardage.
No flag. Flag wiped away. They counted. It was a recount. There's the right amount of players on the field. Amaya. Oh, the ball squirts out of the woods. He just crushes that kick. 14-7. Uncle Mo sleeping on the couch in Hyattsville right now.
And for the first time, you see a little fire on the DeMatha sidelines. They seem to be a little down. St. John's had all the reason to be celebrating and to be motivated. Now things have turned a little bit here quickly in the second half.
Yeah, St. John's needs to answer offensively. It's simple as that.
Punch back. Step on the line, gentlemen.
Get back into that run game. Now the wind's picked up. Maybe get a nice little return here. I'm just telling you, we know what a factor that the DeMatha special teams been. This kid has been pinning offenses back every game we've been at. It's been relentless.
The wind's gusting harder now in his face. Let's see what Alex Amaya can do with this. And he clubbed up. He went with a 3-wood.
I mean, this is shades of like Dave DeArmas type kicking.
Ooh. That takes some
Early
people back.
90s.
Just about 7.5 to go here in the third quarter. That first half flew by. And now a little bit more action here in the third quarter. Cadets need to drive here. Over the right side. Good team tackling there by the Stags.
Maybe DeMatha's done an adjustment in the middle. It seemed like St. John's was running right between the tackles. Now they're trying to get outside a little bit more and not finding as much success. See if they can go right up the middle again.
Big Anthony Truman.
Come on, Drew Williams here.
Naeem to throw in the middle of the field. Little low for Amir Wallace-Jones. Daryl Carey almost got his hands on that. It'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Cadets.
Actually, I think that was Noah Chambers. 6 and 8 look very similar.
6 and 8 look similar.
Noah Chambers, the outside linebacker, tried to undercut it.
Virginia Tech commit with a big pick 6 last week. He scored as many points as Good Counsel did last week on his own.
Bro, Virginia Tech needs to be good in a couple of years. All the names of people I hear are going there. They better be good.
It looked like James Pace was trying to get off the field.
Sniper got him.
And then he looks like he has a little bit of a stinger maybe on his right shoulder. They weren't able to get him off the field in time. St. John's was about to snap it.
All right, and the young man is all right. St. John's has a chance to huddle up here and get into some 3rd and 9 action. And like we discussed, you don't want that. You don't want that right here, deep in your own territory, 3rd and 9. But it's one of these times you need your sophomore to step up and make a play here. And if St. John's is going to get back into the scoring column and even this thing up, it has to start here.
They haven't had many 3rd and longs. It's been a lot of 3rd and 4s and 6, somewhere in there.
Now aim to throw. He's got some time. He's moving out to his right. And just on the back shoulder, Reese Williams, who was well guarded by Minnis.
Well, he showed great poise in the pocket, moved out a little bit, kept his head downfield, tried to make the play.
I think he had Amir here. Nope, he did not. He did not have him. That route was undercut. It was just great defense by the Stags.
Yep,
yeah,
absolutely.
Once again, Nolan Stringer's instructions are going to be to kick this thing somewhere where LeVar Keys cannot catch it on the fly.
Watch LeVar break to his right when this is kicked. Oh.
Keys over midfield. We got a flag down as Keys will be brought down at the 40-yard line. Usually in the neighborhood of a
hold, block in the back.
Yeah. Holding on to DeMatha, that'll bring him back to the Stag side of the timeline.
Timeline?
I don't know. It was midfield.
Gridiron.
I'm not getting into this one. It was a tough morning, guys. We got a big homecoming party I'm hosting afterwards tonight.
Ooh.
How about that?
Really?
Ooh. That's interesting, isn't it?
I guess my invitation must have been lost in the mail.
I didn't get one either.
Well, I just told you guys about it.
And the rest of our broadcast.
Yeah. Bring them all. Let's have some fun.
Everybody. Bud Coombs, a little bit of more success there on first downs. He picks up a hard-earned 4.5 yards.
Yeah, you want to punch that ball out if you can, but you don't want to go for a ride for 4 yards. And that's the type of player Bud Coombs is. His lower half is incredible. I mean, he's got the thighs and the drive, and he's a freak athlete. You get a peek at him. That's why he's such a special baseball player as well. He's going to play for the Dirty Terps in the spring as well. I love it. Two-sport guy.
And now he's got some room over the right side, and he gets his head of steam, and that'll be first down yardage for the DeMatha Stags as they move the chains.
Now he's starting to find some room. He's got good speed around the corner.
Yeah, do you see that? He just ended that angle real quick with that speed.
We got a man down here. It's Julian Jones.
Yeah, the Cadets cannot afford another injury in the secondary. They are so thin right now.
Try to get up under his own power.
Coach Luongo down there trying to get some reps in, see how effective he can be.
So they got a bye week next week, and it couldn't come at a better time.
You're right.
Week before Gonzaga. They are so nicked up, and it's a young team. So they got 5 minutes and 12 seconds in this third quarter, 12 in the fourth, to try and have a happy 2 weeks here. And to get that thing going, you got to stop Bud Coombs. And they've had much more success this half. But that's what Denzel does. He makes you defend so much of that football field with his ability. It's very tough to contain them both for 4 full quarters. Also, this is the 30th anniversary, St. John's. I've gotten a couple texts. I thought about it this morning. 30th anniversary of the most incredible football game I've ever witnessed in my whole entire life. DeMatha was the number one team in the area, and St. John's was 3-7, I think, that year. Brian Calabrese fumbles the snap and a quarterback sneak. Brian Gavigan picks it up, runs 40 yards around end. My father was the head coach that day and says, by far and away, most incredible victory of his entire career. It was the biggest upset. And 30-year anniversary. So all you cadets that were on that field that day, shout out Joe Murphy.
Yeah.
Tip the cap to my man and that team. You guys, that one will never be forgotten. One of the greatest victories on this field in cadets history.
Roy Shannon in the house.
I was going to let you shout Roy. And,
Elijah Lee.
Elijah Lee getting started.
Fresh legs in the second half. Now, he looked good in warm-ups.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ken pointed him out, said, I think Elijah Lee's going to have a big day today. Well, that was one heck of a play.
I think that's his first carry.
But that is his first carry, and he flashed.
He's got a little more heft to him than Coombs.
We're going to shout out the DeMatha offensive line. Blocked that up perfectly right there. That was textbook.
Coombs. Oh, I'm sorry. That's still Elijah Lee, and that'll be a no-gainer.
Pollock.
Will Polk, Josiah, and Pofo.
I mean, textbook.
And
Perfect form.
I'll tell you what, the St. John's secondary was not lined up there. They had, who was that? They had LeVar Keys in the slot, uncovered, and they had Parker on the bottom of the formation, and they had one guy between them. And you could see they were communicating after the play. But if DeMatha would have seen that, they might have had something easy.
They're bringing pressure in man coverage here.
Elijah Lee just gets through the line of scrimmage, and it'll bring up 3rd and short.
Nice tackle there. I believe that was Jimmy Egan again. You tackle a DeMatha running back in open space, you've made a heck of a play.
Wouldn't you know it, if that wasn't Kelton Sparks on the right side helping create that hole for the DeMatha offensive line.
One of the unsung players on that DeMatha offense.
Just spoke to the whole Egan family during the halftime. Got folks in Virginia Beach watching. Family, friends.
All right, 7-5-7.
High snap again. The give is to Coombs, and I don't,
All right, that's a big play there up front.
Huge.
Hakeem Satterwhite coming off the edge. Tariq Boney always at the bottom of the pile. Always. He's always there.
And this is an automatic call. And in high school, this is not an automatic call. A lot of times this is go for it. But when you have Alex Amaya, he's a weapon as a kicker. There's no hesitation from Coach McGregor. He sends the lefty out.
Yeah, 35-yarder. He just needs the lob wedge for this one, Ken.
That's right. This is 60.
Now the wind blowing from into his left shoulder across the field a little bit more.
How can you see that from here?
Are you playing a video game? The kick is up. It's away, and it is good.
Man, this kid is a stud.
Yeah.
It'll be 17-7. The Stags extend their lead. 17-0 run for Coach McGregor and the boys out of Hyattsville. Speaking of, shout out to Tommy Ponton. He's also watching live. He's been around a few of these games.
He owes me a beer. I'm going to say it to everybody, so everybody here, so I can finally actually come to fruition.
It's homecoming, and T has got a list. Anyone that owes him a beer, today would be the right day for it.
Reese Williams, Chase Pankey deep.
Unfortunately, they're not going to get an opportunity to run this back because
I don't think so. Just a booming kick. Watch out, Mr. Minicello. Coming right at him there in the background. And another dad of a senior. His son graduating this year.
All right, St. John's needs a spark right now. They need to find somebody up there that needs to make a play, whether it be in the pass or run game. Dejon Talley Rhodes has been doing it all day long, but they've been stonewalled here in this second half. They got to figure out a way to get a little chunky yards and get out of this side of the field.
They haven't gone with Drew Williams on first down yet either. They were having a lot of success going up the middle with him.
Rhodes inside.
There's the middle.
Good run on first down as he gets 9 yards.
And
that's what was
we got to get a belt for Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a family program, Day. Look at him just fight his way forward. That's a lot of white jerseys.
He's just out there fighting for yards, getting your pants pulled down, just fighting. Fighting.
Second and short. They give us to Rhodes again, and he's going to have a first down.
I mean, that's all they need to do all day long. Don't get away from it until they can stop it. They're averaging, they've got to be averaging over 4 yards carry easily, maybe 5.
And we saw what it set up. It's unfortunate that they came back.
Here comes.
But the big play is there because you got to be honest about defending Day on the run. And here we go. We got 3 wide receivers to the right.
They guessed right there, right into the heart of it.
Daryl Carey and Mark Beasley, I believe. Let's see another shot of this as they got in there right away. Might have been Noah Chambers involved as well. He usually is.
And Devin Bertrand, too. He's having a heck of a day for DeMatha defensively. Said his name a bunch.
St. John's trying to spread this defense out a little bit. Reese Williams on the deep ball, and he's had it for a second. He ran by.
That's the one Kevin called for.
That was good coverage. It was a beautiful throw by the sophomore.
Yep.
Just good defense here.
He might have lost the vision on the ball right here when the safety undercuts it just
it's
a
true.
little bit.
Oh, it's true. And
it hit him right in the hip.
I mean, that ball was very well thrown. That was a dime there, Naeem.
They got to go back to that. Reese is too good at getting open deep.
Well, look at this coverage here. Great job. That ball was dropped in there out of the sky. It was perfect.
Reese wants that one back as we got a half minute to go here in the third quarter. 3rd and long for the Cadets. Chase Pankey.
Man-to-man by DeMatha.
Woods on the run, and he slides at the 40. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah.
Fourth and 2, a long 2.
You got to go get those 2 yards.
He never makes that mistake again. He's a sophomore. First opportunity to try to make a big play like that, and he just slid a little too early. You got to put your head forward, put your head down, sacrifice yourself for 2 more. He'll learn.
Timeout on the field. And I don't think this is necessary. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the third quarter. I was going to say, I don't think Coach Ward's rethinking his decision to punt here. 17-7 after 3 frames. The Stags came alive coming out of the half. Coach McGregor putting something together to rattle off 17 points. Reversing a little bit of that advantage the Cadets had in the first half. Leaning on the run, especially with Denzel Gardner mixing in a little Elijah Lee. Chunk plays through the air with LeVar Keys.
That third quarter, DeMatha showed exactly who they are, who they've been all season long, and why they're one of the best teams in the country.
Punt team stays on for St. John's. And LeVar Keys drops back. That's somebody it looks like they got, is that Daryl Carey or Jacob Wallace?
It's Wallace.
It's Wallace out there. And I don't want to punt to either of these guys. Good punt by Stringer. Fielded by Wallace in traffic. He makes some people miss, changes direction, he's on the run. Swims past another couple tacklers, and DeMatha has great field position to get this drive started. We've been watching the Wallaces do work for DeMatha for many years.
He's got a little bit more height and meat on his bones than his brother Josh did at this age.
Which is scary because his brother's in the NFL.
Yes.
Well, Josh Wallace, DeMarco Helms, and Nick Cross, all in the same high school secondary. Olu Fushanu and Caleb Williams on the other side. Our first night, it was a pretty special evening.
That was fun. Let's do that again.
I'm in.
All three of those DBs you mentioned in the NFL right now.
Coombs, and he gets met in the backfield and fights his way forward for a yard that absolutely was not there, but DeMatha.
23, Jimmy Egan on senior day showing up to play ball, man. He's been all over the place.
He sure has.
Slides through the block, through the gap. Of course, 44 is on the bottom of the pile. Hakeem Satterwhite in the mix.
And there's a lot of urgency here for this defense to get a stop on this drive.
They need to go get that ball.
They need a turnover. High snap. Coombs. He'll be brought for a loss.
That speed right there, and that angle. That is a big-time football
Tyler
play.
Butler Simpson again.
Oh, that's why he's got the offers he's got. That guy got shot out of a cannon to the right spot, and watch him make a play in space on one of the best running backs that we've seen.
Yeah, and why it's important, now DeMatha's faced with 3rd and 11 instead of 3rd and 6. It's a huge difference.
And because of where they are on the field, even though it's 3rd and long, they got some options because they could get a quick one, or you could just put the ball in number 1's hands and let him go get it.
Snap it. Right at 1 second
Denzel
left.
Moves, and now he's in the grasp. Ray Okia now he's going to put the ball in the air. That's a deep pass. And it's caught.
Wow. Oh, my
and DeMatha
Lord.
with a huge play on 3rd down as LeVar Keys slips past the safety. Safety had his back turned, didn't see the ball.
Yeah, if Egan had his eye on that ball, it would have been his 2nd interception on the year. Instead, it slips by.
But let me say this, though. The technique when your back is turned is to read the receiver. He's watching the receiver, and he does it. It's just a great play by LeVar Keys. Watch. Jimmy Egan, I mean, he's looking for hands. He puts his hands and turns, and he does everything he can there. That's just one of those plays.
Keys does not go up and get it at its highest point, is what you're saying.
Yep. He doesn't want to get that pass interference call. He's 50-50 in that thing, but that's just a great football player making a great play. 2 of them.
And that kick is up and good, and DeMatha extends the lead again. That's now 24-7. As Denzel Gardner got loose, it looked like Ray Okia got his hands on him. And I mean, Denzel just on the move is he's a problem.
We're watching the Conference Player of the Year right now going to work. This 3rd quarter, this 2nd half, he is showing exactly who he is. Guys, he just barely flicked that thing 45 yards, moving the wrong way. I mean, this guy's special, and he's shown why. He's the reason why this game is completely turned around. Denzel Gardner, best player in the conference. He gets the MVP. He just earned it. I've seen it enough of it today in this whole year. He's the best player in the conference this year, and that's why we said how great they would be. He's been the guy we've talked about since day one. He's shown it.
Mathematically, this is not a must-score situation for St. John's, but I think in terms of their psyche, trying to get back, get a little bit of fire back, get back into this game emotionally, they must find a way to get some points on the board here.
LeVar Keys, man, that's about 150 yards of offense.
LeVar
Number
Keys.
5 has shown why the Nittany Lions think so highly of him.
And this is a line drive straight through the end zone. As now Alex Amaya is kicking with the wind. Seems a little unfair.
10-10 down 17. You're gonna have to spread it out a little bit and let Naeem go to work here. It's just that's the reality of the situation for the Cadets, and they don't want to get away from running that ball with Day, and they'll keep DeMatha honest and running a little bit here and there. But it's time to see the young sophomore stand in that pocket and start making some plays, and they're looking forward to seeing him do it.
There's the run, and DeMatha just in the backfield. There's Noah Chambers, among many others, getting to the running back.
Yeah, this defense.
They're not. The line did not get the push they've been getting all game long. There, I just think also emotionally, DeMatha's kind of picked it up here in the second half.
Another run into the middle of that line. He picked up about 2.5 yards.
I'm also going to say this right now, what I'm seeing, Dejon Talley Rhodes is a beast. He is taking so many hits. He's run the ball about 22, 23 times today, and he's a man. He's a sophomore. This kid.
The throw, Woods, looked like it was a design, maybe a design run.
Nah, that pocket collapsed on him. He was protecting the ball. Yeah.
Yep.
Pocket collapsed, and he was trying to escape to the front.
4th down, and Nolan Stringer will come out for the punt. As the clock will tick below 9 minutes to go in this game.
Sebastian Ruggieri getting ready to snap that thing to Nolan Stringer.
Another good punt. Fielded by Jacob Wallace, who kind of got there before LeVar Keys could get there. And there's a little collision.
LeVar Keys was like, seriously, man, I'm taking this one.
Jacob Wallace, he just looks big in the middle of these plays. I mean, look, you had Tyler Butler-Simpson. He was ready to tackle LeVar Keys. Except LeVar Keys didn't have the ball.
I would be so tempted to run play action, anything to LeVar Keys right now. He's on fire. It's been his half.
I don't think. Oh yeah, he is on the field.
Well, usually when I call that, the guys are on the sidelines.
He just got trucked by his own player, but he's out there, and I like the call. What a tackle by Boney in the backfield. It's Elijah Lee.
You're looking at an incredible athlete, a tremendous high school football player. He plays the game the right way. Watch this.
The way he has crashed off this corner and made some.
His bend. Here he goes. Look at him getting around that.
This is like his 4th tackle for loss on the exact type of play.
Just an absolute stud.
You know, just your average 6'3",
Look
240
at this.
pound.
Come on, man.
Junior.
When you watch film, he pops out all over the place. It's incredible to watch his mentality as a young junior.
Has he committed?
Oh, no.
Oh.
He has 1.7 trillion offers, I noticed, on Max Preps.
Denzel at the throw, and he is going to be
That's a great
wrapped up and
defensive
brought
play.
down. D'Angelo Bowden. They wanted something quick, and Bowden made sure it didn't happen.
Hands up. He didn't stop his forward momentum. He had the hands up. He didn't do anything to get pump faked, and he made the tackle. That's not a guy you sack all the time. Look at that body control. Awesome play.
Yeah.
Nice job, D'Angelo Bowden. D-Lo, they call him. And St. John's Edges are showing why they're so coveted.
3rd and 20. St. John's looking for a spark, and that I felt a little sparky.
He had a scoop and score last week. He'd sure love to double down.
Elijah Lee powers his way back, gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Historically, the DeMatha tailback, when the starter comes out, you're like, phew. But nope. The stable has always been a thing, and Elijah Lee.
Let's see, where would this be? This
It'd be
ball's
a
on the
60-yard.
33. Yeah, about a 60-yard
Close to
kick for Alex Amaya. I'd love to see it.
50.
50, okay.
Listen, McNamara math is fine, too. It's fine. Just DeMatha and St. John's, we're a little better at it today.
I told you, with the three of us together, we're about almost a full brain. And not a full math brain.
Look at that shot there.
4th and 11 here. Denzel to throw. Boney under pressure. This ball is going all the way to the end zone. The flag is down. They're going to call pass interference. Now,
Keys is holding his knee.
There was a collision.
2 guys down, a cadet and a stag. Let's hope. Oh, man. Oh, this is going to be an angle here. Here we go.
This is our wireless.
You make the call. I don't like it at all, sir.
I don't like the foul.
I don't like that at all. And you were throwing it before the collision happened.
Yeah.
The anticipation of the call. I love that camera angle.
So pass interference in high school, is it 10 or 15? I believe it's 10.
And it's not automatic?
It's not automatic, which
so,
would mean this would be still 4th down.
4th and half a yard?
Yeah. The chains will not move.
Look at this wireless technology. I mean, yeah, I will give him that he threw it confidently. I'm just not sure how confident I was in the call.
It was more who went low that got him before the ball got there, probably.
No, it is a 15-yarder, which is enough for a first down. One of these days, we'll be on the right side.
Just keep taking a crack at it.
I'm just gonna keep taking cracks.
Eventually, you're gonna get there, Ken.
Just like Brett. Look at Brad Rippeteau. By the way, he's operating on a 2-clip system today on the chain gang. More on that later.
Way later.
Way later.
Elijah Lee gets the fake. And
no, he doesn't.
In the grasp, Josiah Mpofo gets Denzel Gardner on the keeper.
Gardner wanted to pull that and throw, I think. And he didn't see anything there, and then he tried to follow the same path as the running back, but St. John's.
Josiah Mpofo.
Pressure.
Ivy Leagues, Army, Navy. He's one of those guys. Just super smart sophomore with a huge, bright future.
Toughness.
It's a 6'2", 270 sophomore.
Who has started 17 games. He's like a seasoned veteran. He's got 2 more years. Him and Ray Arquilla have been on that D-line forever, it seems like.
Coombs, he tries the middle. There's going to be a flag in the middle there. We'll see what it is. It looks like holding to me. No, they're going to get a face mask on St. John's.
Oh, no. All right. There's too many guys. I'm telling you, it's brutal out there. The amount of injuries are indicative of the physicality of the afternoon. And
that looks like a lineman got rolled up on.
Oh, no. That is the worst, man.
Yeah. Falugaye.
That was a great attempt. It's close, I guess. We'll just call him Falou. He's going to get off by himself, though. That's good to see.
There you go.
Oh, these guys, I hate to see. But in the trenches, this game has been brutal. But in the best possible way. I mean, this is late October, WCAC at its best. These players are above average. These programs are way above average in terms of high school football. What you are watching are guys who are going to be playing a lot of ball past high school.
In the spring and summer, when the coaches are saying, when they're in the weight room and they're eating properly and they're changing their bodies, it's for today.
Yeah.
It's for this afternoon. You cannot show up here unprepared.
It's going to be 1st and goal as St. John's commits two penalties on this drive to give DeMatha another scoring opportunity here with under 5 minutes to go in the game. Coombs in the backfield, and we'll wind the clock. And Coombs following his blockers. One of the easier runs for the day, and Bud Coombs with his 2nd touchdown of the day puts a stamp on this second half that DeMatha has rolled off. At this point, 30 consecutive points with Alex Amaya looking to put one more up.
Denzel, Coombs, and Keys.
Yep.
And that gets it done for the Stags. What a cut there.
Kick is up, and it's good. 31-7, 4 minutes, 42 seconds to go here on Military Road / Oregon Avenue. St. John's and DeMatha.
The school address is Military Road.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're facing Oregon Avenue.
We are facing it.
We got that. We nailed it.
Would love I'd love to see one of these guys get a chance to return one here.
You're not.
It's not going to happen. Chase Pankey will watch that ball sail into the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10 to the 20 for Naeem Woods and the Cadet offense. I think the student section here, they've turned their attention towards the events to come today. St. John's will be host to homecoming, a dance, I suppose, Kevin? Is that what, do they still do dances?
I think they just say Hoko.
Hoko? Okay.
I've heard that a little bit. I'm not a huge fan, but, I'll go with it.
Okay.
I know that there's crab dip.
Oh, stop.
Cheeseburgers.
I'm in. You had me at crab dip. Woods. Through some traffic. Like Noah Chambers. For a second thought he had it. Woods snuck that ball through the defense and almost connected to Hendrith.
That was a cool little throw. Stepping up right, flicking it across his body, put it on the money.
2nd and 10. Woods under pressure, and he finds...
Oh. That was a
quick hit on Reese Williams.
He went high.
High and led with the head. And I'm not saying he did it on purpose, but how that flags don't fly everywhere is beyond me. The whole stadium knows it.
What a play by Naeem. Still a lot of poise back there, and he finds a guy that he wasn't originally. It looked like he was third option.
Looks like he dropped the ball.
He dropped it?
We couldn't see it. It was blocked by the sidelines there, but I believe the hit jogged the ball loose.
This is why I'm glad I'm up here with you guys, because I would have had some really bad thoughts if I was on the sidelines at St. John's right now.
Third and 10. Woods has some room to run.
Oh, my.
Third down yardage will pick up 8. And it'll be 4th and short. The offense will stay on the field because they need points. And he finds Amir Wallace-Jones. There is a flag, unfortunately, in the neighborhood of holding, but that, for the moment, will be first down St. John's. They'll consider moving the chains, but we'll get the call here from the ref.
I would love to see what the call was. Let's take a look at that again. Here we go.
I don't know. That's probably something.
If you have your hands on the numbers and you're squared up, that's okay. But really, is this necessary? After you missed the spear call on the sidelines, you're gonna get him on that one.
4th and 12, and you get the sense DeMatha's defensive linemen will be pinning their ears back on this one. As they rush 4, and it's going to be a pooch punt by Woods. DeMatha the ball at the 45-yard line, up 31-7. 3:43 to go in this game. DeMatha really putting on display again in the second half why so many people have called them the favorite in this conference.
They're for real. They're for real. They showed that this half. They're for real. St. John's executed a perfect game plan in that first half, but you can only do it so far. And DeMatha's stars rose to the occasion, and they took over this game in the second half. It's clear to see why they beat Good Counsel 35-7, why they were up 28-0 on Gonzaga, and now they have the Cadets 31-7. Looks like it's the year of the Stag to me, boys.
It's not lost on me or all of us, I think, with Luongo out, too. It's a totally different offense. When he got hurt and went down, we didn't see
I agree.
the type of execution that we were seeing when he was in the game.
He's been a stalwart on that offensive line.
The middle was open for business, and they're going to get Satterwhite for coming across. But, yeah, they were running the ball up the middle behind Big 65.
Well, the good news is for the Cadets and the Luongos is bye week, bye week, bye week. You know, it's a one-game season now, and the Cadets know what that means. Gonzaga, it's 2 weeks of Gonzaga week.
Yep.
There's going to be a lot to do, and but it's coming at the right time for them. New running back in the game.
And on 1st and 5. Darius Harrell, the senior. Denzel Gardner looks like he's coming off.
Yeah, go get a hat that says DeMatha on it.
Yeah.
Take the shoulder pads off. Do your interviews. After every game, there's like 5 people surrounding him. He's like a.
And we saw Mike Levy get out under his own power. And that'll be short of first down yardage.
Ray Urquia hasn't stopped playing hard.
No. Kenji Gatling, the quarterback in here for DeMatha. We saw him warming up. He's got an absolute howitzer for an arm. It'll be 3rd and short as the clock runs. We'll be back here in 2 weeks for the St. John's Gonzaga game. I hope you guys will be here to join us. The Cadet March on, all the pomp and pageantry that is the 100-plus-year-old rivalry. 3rd down try. And that St. John's defensive line will hold. It'll be 4th down. Do you give Amaya a chance at this?
Why not? Bill McGregor's already shown he's a class act. He's got backups in the game. They're handing the ball off. They're not trying to do anything wrong. I see nothing wrong with letting Amaya get a little something for his highlight reel. He hadn't had to kick a field goal in 3 years. Let the guy have it. Let him have some fun.
Might let this clock run all the way down, let the game clock run, and then call a timeout and see what happens.
Knowing Coach McGregor, he's going to hand the ball off right up the middle.
Sure.
Yeah, it's 35 years of just being a complete class act, and why change now?
And they'll be right at the stick. I think that the inside guy is going to call him short. The top ref is going to call him good. We'll see what the spot is.
She's calling for it to move.
She was calling for the sticks to move, but the first referee there marked it short. The referee closer to the action.
She had it right on the line. He had it right before the line. They're gonna measure.
Are they gonna? Well, we'll see.
No, just give it to somebody and let them run the ball twice, and let's get out of here. It's homecoming.
It's going to be St. John's
ball. You got burgers to cook, man.
I had so much to do while my family was at St. John's all day today, enjoying this glorious afternoon. I'm at Costco.
We almost got to call Tim Harper's name out. He almost got to run on the field for a measurement. That would have been exciting. The 2-clip system, we could have gone into it. Now we can't. It's a shame. Everyone loses.
This is why I said someone should have just handed it off twice.
Woods to throw. And that ball, I believe, was put on the turf. Yep, it'll be incomplete. Amir Wallace-Jones in the vicinity.
Number 10 plays so hard. He's such a football player. Yep. Good call there.
Kenny Mack cleaning up this game at center for the rest of the day. Day. Some room to operate on the outside with a lead blocker.
Man, he has been a gigantic bright spot for this cadet squad.
Taking on more because Braylon Williams is out, so his load is way more than it used to be. And he's able to shoulder
carry
today.
Yeah, we've been seeing Brayon down there in street clothes. I don't know what the bye week has in store for him. Love to see some of these guys in street clothes today on the field for that Gonzaga game, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
Coach Ward is extremely hopeful to get Brayon and Tariq back for the Gonzaga game.
Reese Williams. And he gets inside the 10, and St. John's will run up there.
And that reminds me of the couple opportunities they had, right, especially with Reese. 2 deep balls, one where he did catch and put it in the end zone that got called back on a hold, and then one that hit him in the hip. He just wasn't able to hold on to it. That could have gone the distance as well.
He is a weapon. And they got the – oh! Putting the ball up there high for Amir Wallace-Jones. They had Reese, I believe, running wide on the backside.
Good defense.
Yep.
Andrew Newman, I think. Right?
Number 16.
Yes, sir.
Woods, Drew Williams. We don't have a signal yet, and there he goes. Of
All
course,
right.
you're not going to call it at the 1-inch line with 19 seconds left, down 31-7. St. John's in the end zone.
Drew Williams, another kid that's been playing great this entire year. The junior, making a play, scoring a touchdown.
Nice design play.
And he's a physical player.
Yeah, he is. 6'2", 200, and can fly. Didn't think I'd be listening to Flo Rida today.
Offense on the field.
I will say it's not my
two-point
first
conversion.
Flo Rida experience of the day. It's my second.
I mean, I didn't come here to brag, but I start every day with Flo Rida, obviously.
Guys.
I celebrate his whole catalog.
Guys, our street cred just was devastated in the last 30 seconds.
Speaking the truth.
Rhodes.
Good job,
Egan.
Dejon.
31-15 will most likely be the final score as they untangle the big guys at the point of attack.
How many of these guys on both sides have limped off? Like it was brutal out there today, and it's not getting any easier moving forward. It's that time of year.
And I know it didn't necessarily impact the outcome, but getting down the field and getting those points, I'd like to see Drew Williams get rewarded with a touchdown like that. I'd love to see Day get an extra carry.
We just talked about 30 years ago as well.
Yeah.
And you remember back in the day when you were on the sidelines, you got in, your jersey was so sparkly, everyone knew that you were a substitute. Those days are over, man.
Yeah, that's right.
It's crazy. I just looked out there. I was like, Coach McGregor and Dino Campbell putting a bunch of guys in that maybe didn't play a lot of snaps today. I didn't recognize some of the numbers, but there's no, muddy versus clean jersey anymore. That is sad.
Too much turf.
It's all turf.
It's all turf now. There's the squib. And Bud Coombs, who plays deep.
It?
Yeah,
What
that's Hans' team.
Are you crazy?
So
He's the backup.
He's
the backup. He's not only the backup, he's the backup returner.
I already have him on a trail in the park right now, wearing no helmet.
And that we saw it in the Gonzaga DeMatha game at the end there. I mean, he's hands team. He's deep.
It's all turf and flow right at this point. We don't need any more Bud Coombs.
We ought to see a kneel down here. We saw the teams gathering at midfield. This will likely be all she wrote here.
DeMatha showed who they are today, and it's for real.
In the second half, they did. For sure.
We'll see you in 2 weeks from this very spot as the St. John's Cadets will host the Gonzaga Eagles for the 170th meeting. It's up there. 31-15 will be your final. The DeMatha Stags cruising towards the playoffs. St. John's with a bye week. Some work to do. We'll be back in 2 weeks. On behalf of Tim Strachan and Kevin Ricca, I'm Ken Meringolo. Thanks for joining us.